So, as said earlier, the scene 1 of the play begins on a street in Venice where we find Antonio and his friends Salerino and Salenio are present. So, the play begins with the speech of Antonio, and in the beginning itself, we get to know that Antonio is suffering from a strange melancholy. It is a strange melancholy because Antonio himself is unaware of the reason of his sadness. He says, "In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me, you say, it wearies you. But how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff it is made of, whereof it is born, I am to learn. And such a want wit sadness makes of me, that I have much ado to know myself." So here Antonio says, he tells his friend that he is speaking in all truth, that he really doesn't know the reason why he is feeling so sad. He admits that the sadness makes him tired, makes him appear to be very dull person. It worries him, it makes him tired, just like it makes his friends also tired. So this melancholy is not the natural trait of Antonio's character. Antonio is not a melancholic person by nature. He has somehow caught this melancholy, and that is what makes his friends also worried about him. But Antonio admits that he has no idea at all how he caught that sadness, how he found it, or how he has got that sadness. When he says how I caught it, he is speaking of his sadness as if it is an infectious disease. Just like a person catches an infectious disease, same way Antonio has caught that sadness. He has found it, he has got it, but he does not know from where. And he also does not know what material is his sadness made up of. Where it originated, he is yet to learn. And he admits that the sadness makes him so absent-minded and dull that he has much difficulty even in identifying himself, even in recognizing himself. So the sadness makes him very absent-minded and dull-minded person. But at the same time, it is true that he has no idea at all about his sadness. Now, when Antonio says this, then Salenio, who is one of the friends of Antonio and who was present there, he tries to guess about Antonio's melancholy. And he says, your mind is tossing on the ocean, there where your argosies with portly sail, like Cygnus and rich burghers on the flood, or as it were the pigeons of the sea, do overpeer the pretty traffickers, that courtesy to them do them reverence, as they fly by them with their woven wings. So in this particular part, Salerio suggests that Antonio, one of the reasons why Antonio may be sad is because of that his mind is being perturbed, troubled, or his mind is preoccupied with the thoughts of the ocean. Now we know that Antonio is a wealthy merchant of Venice, and when the scene is set, all the ships of Antonio are voyaging out in the sea. They have gone or traveled to different parts of the world for doing trade and commerce. So Antonio's mind is constantly preoccupied about the thought of the safety of his ships. His mind is tossing on the ocean. Tossing on the ocean means he is constantly thinking about the ocean where his merchant ships were then voyaging with their majestic sails spread in the air. His argosies were with portly sail. So in the ocean, his argosies, here argosies refers to the big commercial ships. Actually, the word argosies, it comes from the word argosy, which means a ship of Ragusa. Ragusa is a port on the Adriatic near Venice. So therefore, argosies refers to the big commercial ships. So all the ships of Antonio, they were engaged in majestic sail on the ocean, and his ships have been compared with Cygnius and rich burghers on the flood. Cygnius means gentlemen, rich burghers, important citizens on the sea. So the ships which were of Antonio, which were then sailing on the ocean, they are compared to persons of status and to rich citizens because they tower above the small vessels engaged in petty trading activities in the same way as rich and important citizens tower above the humble person of a city. And indeed, those smaller vessels or smaller boats, they seem to bow down to those large ships in the same way as humble people in a city bow down before the rich and important citizens. The large ships of Antonio, which are fitted with sails, they pass the small vessels at a high speed because their sails are like the wings which enable the birds to fly through the air. And when the small boats, actually when the big ships pass those small boats, they cause a turbulence in the waves of the sea. And because of the disturbance created in the waves, the smaller boats which are engaged in petty trading affairs, they move up and down. And it appears as if the smaller boats are showing respect to those larger ships of Antonio. And immediately before this, Salenio also agrees with the idea that is suggested by Salerio. And he says, "Believe me, sir, had I such venture forth, the better part of my affections would be with my hopes abroad." So Salenio says that if he had been in the place of Antonio, he too would have been worried to think about the dangers to which his ships are exposed to while they are out in the sea. So his feelings would constantly have been with his business operations which were then scattered abroad. And to strengthen his viewpoint, he gives some examples. In that case, he would be found sitting still, plucking the grass to know where sits the wind. So if he had been in Antonio's place, he would have been constantly worried about his ships which were then voyaging out in the sea, and his anxiety would have made him to hold in his hand a blade of grass and then leave that grass in order to see in which direction the wind was blowing. You must have seen in test matches when batsmen, they want to know how or from which direction the wind is blowing, they will pick up some grass and they will leave it from a height so that the grass flows in the direction of the wind. Why he would do that? He says he would do that in order to see whether that wind is favorable to his ships or not. And he says he would be so restless that he would be peering into the maps for ports. He would be looking carefully into the maps to locate the harbors or the ports, the piers, the channels, where his ships might take shelter during the time of any danger that is created out in the sea. So he says he would also keep looking closely at the maps to locate the harbors where his ships would have to stop or would take shelter during the time of any emergency or danger that is created out in the sea. And every object that might make him fear misfortune to his ventures would no doubt make him sad. So if you could think of any object that might cause some danger to his ships, that would no doubt fill him with the fear of some misfortune overtaking his ships. So in short, he means to say here that if he had ships like Antonio, merchandise like Antonio, then he too would have been worried about his merchandise, because he would have constantly been thinking about the misfortune that might overtake his ships. So he suggests that Antonio may be sad because he is thinking of his merchandise. Thank you. We'll do next in the next video.